Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my little channel. I'm sitting outside on my patio, which is right now a mess, but it's gonna be time for me to come out here and get this thing together in about 2, 3 more weeks. I'm ready. I'm sitting out here on my back patio, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in Ohio. Okay, on the last day of winter today, last day of winter. But I said a few clicks back on one of my videos that I was gonna come do like a story time for the month of March, right? I got stories, man, and everything I talk about is honest to God, true. I ain't got no reason to come here and be lying or over exaggerate or even under exaggerate. Nothing I talk about, okay? This story right here, I'm gonna take y'all back 18 years, 18 years ago, 2008. Okay, I'm trying to tell the story without laughing. If I laugh, I'm gonna have to stop the camera because I don't know. I'm trying to tell the story without laughing, but it was crazy. Okay. Now I was at work, minding my business like I always do. 2008. Okay, keep that in mind. And I get a phone call. One of my coworkers was like, "Denise, you have a phone call." So I said, "All right." He transferred the phone call over to closest to where I was working at. And I get on the phone and I was like, hello? And his voice was on the other end of this phone. I did not recognize his voice at all. Okay, when I say at all, I mean I did not recognize his voice, not nan bit. The voice on the other end of the phone was like high pitched. It was like, "Denise, I'm going to the hospital." Real high pitch, right? And I was like, "You going to the hospital?" I said, "Who's this?" He said, "Your husband." My husband? I said, "What?" I said, "Somebody playing games." He said, "No, I'm on my way to the hospital." And I was like, "What you mean you on your way to the hospital? What's going on?" And he was real high pitched. Like I said, I did not recognize his voice. He didn't sound like himself at all. So I figured something was going on that he sounded so high pitched. So I said, I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Wait a minute. Who is this?" He said, "Your husband." And I was like, "Hold on. Why are you going to the hospital? Why you sound like this?" And he was like, "Hold on." Okay. I keep saying I'm trying to laugh, but okay. He said he sounded that way because he said, okay, now my husband, he has to go to people's homes and stuff like that to check on them to make sure that, like the elderly and disabled people, he got to go to like people's homes, nursing homes, group homes, hospitals. That's what he has to do. So he went to a man's house, right? It's back in 2008. All right, hold on. He went to this man's house, and there was my husband had to go, check on this man who was slightly like disabled or whatever, right? So this man had a pet. Okay, the pet he had, okay, was a pet that should not be in nobody's house. This pet should be at the zoo. So when my husband called me at work with that high-pitched voice, and I asked him, like, "Why you sound like this? What's going on? Why are you going to the hospital?" He said that he just got bit by a monkey. Boy. I said, so I was like, "You got bit by what?" He said, "I just got bit by a monkey." And I was like, "You just got bit by a monkey?" And I remember the office, I said it so loud, the whole office stopped what they was doing. They all looked around at me. They was like, what the hell you talking about? And he said he's on the way to the hospital. He'll go get I guess some kind of like tetanus shot or something like that. So he said he went to this man's house, and he had to do paperwork on this man. And he said when he came to this man's house, he heard these noises that didn't sound human. So he was like, "Is that a dog or what is that back there?" So he said he sat on the man's couch and he was writing the paperwork, and this thing came came out of the back room. He was wanting to play, and of course it shocked the hell out of my husband. My husband jumped up like, "Wait, wait, wait, get your monkey, get your monkey." The monkey's name was Isaiah. So Isaiah wanted to play with my husband. My husband was there on business, you know. So my husband was finishing up his business, and he was like, "Man, I don't think we're going to have to postpone this because, you know, Isaiah need to chill. You know, he just all over the place, jumping and jumping, want to play." So then my husband goes out to the company car, boy, and this monkey was all, oh my God, this monkey was jumping all over the car. And my husband said, he was like, "Isaiah, stop, stop." He kept telling the dude, like, "Man, get your monkey, get your monkey, get your monkey." So Isaiah wanted to play, okay? So Isaiah was jumping all over the place. My husband was trying to get inside the company car to drive away. So then when my husband was trying to go around to get into the car, Isaiah was jumping on top of the hood. Like he was trying to prevent my husband from getting in the car. My husband would go to the other side, like the passenger side. Now Isaiah would slide his ass over to the other side, like he did with my husband to get in the car. So my husband kept like shouting to dude, like, "Man, get your monkey, come get your monkey, man, get your monkey." So and the guy was just, come on, Isaiah, come here. But Isaiah, he still wanted to play. So I guess when my husband finally got a chance to try to get in the car, Isaiah kind of got him. He bit him like right here, between his fingers right here. And that's when my husband had to go get a tetanus shot. But they checked him out, but he was fine. But they just gave him a shot just in case. You know what I'm saying? But that story right there, that story was around the city for years. And we still talk about that story to this day, 18 years later, that my husband was bit. Who in a city gets bit by a MF and monkey? You got a straight up a monkey in your crib as a pet. His name was Isaiah. The last time we heard about Isaiah, he passed away. I think he passed in 2017, I think. In 2016, 2017, something like that, when Isaiah had passed. Yeah. So then I know when they was asking like my husband, did he want to file charges? And he was like, "No, it's a monkey, you know, but you know, so they was gonna come take the monkey away from this man." But my husband was like, "Y'all let the man keep his monkey." I mean, I could tell if the monkey was, I could see if he was really, really, you know, like a combative monkey, but like he wanted to play. So I guess my husband was kind of like doing like this. I guess he bit my husband like between his fingers right here. Yeah, so that was, I mean, that story. And I remember a friend of mine, bless her heart, oh my God, she laughed. I told her that story. She laughed so hard. At the time, she was pregnant with her son. She laughed so hard, her face turned red. She started crying, and she fell to the floor. She laughed so hard. She came to my office, and she was like, she asked me a question. And I said, "Girl, I gotta go see about my husband. He's got bit by a monkey." And she looked at me. She said, "What?" I said, "He's got bit by a monkey." Oh my God, her face was, I mean, she turned red, and her eyes was teared up from laughter. And she was like 8 months pregnant with her son. She had a hold on her stomach, boy. That girl fell to the floor. I had to help her up off the floor and put her in a chair. She couldn't, that was the craziest stuff. Like, the craziest stuff happened with my husband. It's the craziest stuff, okay? Like, who get bit by a monkey unless you are in a jungle or you work at a zoo or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the city, though, you get bit by a monkey. That's some unheard of stuff. But then we was thankful, you know what I'm saying? Because remember that story about that woman back in, I think that was 2007, who her friend had that monkey, and that monkey had ripped her face up? Man, I told my husband, that could have been you. So we'll be happy that Isaiah wanted to play, okay? We'll be happy Isaiah was in a playful mood, because, honey child, Isaiah, he wasn't no small monkey now. He was a monkey. He wasn't no ape, but he was a small monkey, but he was a nice size monkey, okay? Yeah, a nice size monkey. Yeah. That story, to this day, it just be tearing us apart, boy, I tell you the truth. That my husband was bit by a monkey. Because when he called me that day, I did not recognize his voice. His voice was so high-pitched. I was looking like, well, who is this? Your husband. like, this is a joke. My husband don't sound like this. He was him. He was just like excited, like, oh my God, like he was just like kind of like shocked that he was chased and bit by a monkey. That wasn't, you know, like I said, thankfully the monkey was playful, but still, okay, yeah. Week before last, I told y'all a story about my friend who's that girl had caught her house on fire. Yeah, I'm gonna connect that story, but yeah, I'm telling y'all, this stuff be off the chain. I'm telling you, these stories be But anyway, I'm gonna go on and get myself in the house, get myself ready for another day. Since I have to get up and go to work on a Friday. So I'll probably get back with y'all tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a beautiful evening. I'm just enjoying just listening to the birds and stuff like that. Oh my God, because it's been an evil winter. Evil winter. Digging out of 4-5 feet of snow. Ice pellets, icicles hanging from your crib, messing with your shingles and all that there. Man, look. Yeah, this winter has been rough, okay? But anyway, you guys take care, let those stay out the way. I'll probably get back with y'all guys maybe either tomorrow, Friday, or sometime over the weekend. I got so much to do. So I'll get back with y'all. Lay low, stay out the way, and deuces.
Forgiveness. Get it, that's your why my baby been about. Say what your margin gave you, girl, go and bust it out. Make a simp pay bit, then we can work it out. But I'm no Adam 22, that's not how we do it in the South. Pain, don't wanna go